decided we're going to have a look at some more Matchbox goodies from Jurassic World. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom to be exact. This is the Raptor Copter. As you could probably see in the bottom corner there, the Raptor Copter comes with a Raptor, specifically Raptor Blue. It does look like there is a release button on the top there, indicated by the fact that this child is pinching the two prongs together, and then it shows the arrows that are coming together. That gives me the indication that these are pinchy, pinchy, pinchy. I decided to have a look at this separately from the other die-cast cards that we looked at, just because you're getting something, a little added bonus down below there. On the back, it shows you the hook and carry mechanism. You can hook the Raptor. I'm sure it's not going to make him very happy, and carry him away to somewhere and drop him off, to which those poor suckers now have to deal with a rather irate Raptor. I figure kind of like what we did with the last video, depending on when what sequence I put the videos in. I was going to open this up on camera. That seemed to be kind of fun when we did it the first time around. So let's go ahead and open up the packaging here. If you're interested in picking these up for yourself, as I mentioned, you should be able to find them now in all retail stores. Walmart's, I found these at. Toys R Us also carries them as well. We'll just put the packaging just to the side. No sense in littering the backdrop here with all this extra packaging. Okay, so first things first, we have ourselves the helicopter. Now, I'm solely taking this at face value, having already just opened it. I have not spent any time with it at all, so you'll have to take my initial opinions with a grain of salt. First thing I wanted to try, as I'm sure every kid wants to try when they get a helicopter out of packaging, is the propeller. Propeller spins, however, it does seem like, I guess you wouldn't want to hit it too hard. If you hit it too hard, the blades seem to want to come together. Packaging-wise, I guess they, well, I don't really know what else they could do for it had they maybe tipped the copter up on its side. They could have prevented the actual blades, the propeller blades, from having to be two separate pieces, because ultimately it does mean, though, that every time you spin it, or I guess it could be also a singular bladed propeller. But either way, when you are spinning it, it does look like it wants to open and close on you. The helicopter does feel like it is metal. I don't know why this is always the test for me. I think somebody had commented, why do you tap it? That's not an indicator that it's metal. It's the closest thing I can come up with. It does, though, feel like it's metal. Of course, you've got the capture claw things down below, which, if I'm remembering the instructions correctly, because they were rather complex instructions, you're supposed to pinch it. Oh, that does work. And it opens and closes the claws. I'm not really sure why they put all these little freckled marks all over the plastic. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's just the type of plastic that they used, but you can see that there's all these little, almost like brown spots all happening amongst the yellow plastic. It does sway back and forth, but not nearly enough to the point where you can kind of move it to the side. It's a shame that it couldn't have tilted this way as well, like this way as well. Then you could have actually had the propeller completely out, and you could have packaged the helicopter on its side. So there's the helicopter. Oh, by the way, just doing some scale comparisons. Here's a couple of the vehicles we just recently had a look at. I believe this was the Mercedes. So it's accurately scaled, I would say, from a smaller roadworthy vehicle to the helicopter here. So not bad at all. I like the coloring. The cockpit does read a little on the painted side using metallic silvers. It's kind of hard to see inside of it. And you got the rescue located on the back. Really, again, nice coloring that they went with, almost a pastel blue. So there's the helicopter. It doesn't really allow you to sit it flat, so I have to kind of lean it on its side. And let's have a look at Raptor Blue. I guess over the course of these reviews, I've picked up quite a number of blues. Probably going to be having a look at some more still, leading up to the big release of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom to theaters. I like this one a lot. I like the pose of it specifically. The eye, unfortunately, is not painted, nor can be said for the tongue or teeth. Otherwise, it's a really nice looking mold. hoped that they could have at the very least painted the eyes. I mean, I could have forfeited the tongue, I could have forfeited the teeth, but at the very least it would have been nice if they painted in the eyeball. Again, liking the pose. If you thought, for example, that this was released with some other previous outing, just checking through my archive here of all these other blues that we had to look at. This was the blue from the Dino Action blind bags. Yes, you remember this one? This one had the articulation in the leg. So it's not that one. Okay. What about the one that came with Owen, the 3 3/4 inch? No, it's not quite that one either. Put that one down there. Oh, and I have more. This was the one that came with the other 3 3/4 inch Owen. This was the larger blue. No, it's not quite that one either. So it does look like it's a unique mold, unless it's probably been used for something else. As good as the mold is, it really should be used for something else. And speaking of using it for something else, segueing ourselves over to something else we had to look at. This is a really nice little blue to have, you know, displayed with the 3 3/4 inch Owen. Because I guess the problem I'm immediately seeing, judging by the size of blue, like if we take the largest blue that so far we've reviewed, this one here, you can see how big it is to Owen, and I guess that's relatively accurate. However, if you take the helicopter, and you take the blue that came included with the helicopter, seems big. Seems a little too big. But I guess they wanted to make it clear enough that it was blue. Enough playability. You wouldn't want this little tiny dinosaur. Like, say, for example, this one would be probably a little bit more accurate to scale to, say, whoever's sitting inside. And even then, the blue here is probably a little on the big side. Now, if you had this size dinosaur with this helicopter, it would literally just get lost amongst the capture claws. So it makes sense as to why they would go this route. Although, again, scale-wise, not sure if it's the correct scaling. Let's go ahead and move all these other figures and toys out of the way, because of course we've already had a look at those. So let's see if we can actually get the thing to capture blue. I'm not going to go into some deep pursuit of this. I'm not going to pretend the thing's running across the ground. Let's see if we can capture blue. I'm going to just fit it over top of its shoulders like so, and fit the other ends around its tail. I would imagine, based on the packaging, that's where I'm supposed to grab it. And it successfully grabs blue. I mean, it helps that the claws are so large, it would capture pretty much anything. I guess to some regards, if we want to get ridiculous about it, we want to grab Owen. We'll put Owen in there. Yes, it can even capture Owen. And scale on this would be drastically oversized, I would say. Definitely, to say the least. So again, I like the playability to it. At the very least, you've got something above and beyond just a helicopter. The helicopter is cool, though I have to admit the propeller folding in on itself is a little on the frustrating side. But having something that you can grab a dinosaur onto, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Raptor Blue could be a little on the smaller side, but then again, judging by the size of the claws here, you wouldn't want a really tiny dinosaur either. This is currently available in, like I said, retail stores and toy stores as well, if you can find a toy store, which seems so few and far between nowadays. Today, though, we were having a look at the Matchbox Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Raptor Copter. It would have been awesome if they had put that on the side of the copter. Raptor Copter. Specifically, this is what this vehicle is used for. Raptors. Triceratops? Not so much. Oh, and actually, speaking of which, one thing I should have really tried too is some of the other dinosaurs that we had gotten through the Action Dino sets. I guess that's a better scale. It just occurred to me now, why don't you try one of those Action Dinos? I guess that's a little bit more to scale. Maybe. I don't know. Triceratops probably could be a little bit bigger. But that, I think, is a little bit more scaled appropriately than the Raptor that we got here included. Nonetheless, though, some fun playability that you can get from the Raptor Copter. Man, they should have called it Raptor Copter on the side there. If you guys want to check out some more Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom reviews, you can head over to my playlist called, yes, that's right, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Make sure you also hit that little subscribe button down below, guys, as more videos will be coming your way. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.